was not something I ever thought I would do. Because when I was little, I didn't have many women of color that represented me that I could look to. They were very few and far between.
These are the conversations you hear. People of color don't play overseas. International comedies don't make money.
It's a trip because a lot of studios, you know, when they look at the budget and they write in international, they put in a zero. Like, our movies are not gonna make any money international. But thank God for Bad Boys with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. It kind of opened up that ceiling. It broke it a little bit.
Will obviously blew that theory out of the water.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Kuya P. Nerds Rule the World on March 28th, Apple TV Plus. We are getting #1 on the call sheet. As you see on the screen, I'm talking to the amazing Shola Lynch and Reginald Hudlin. Tune in, y'all. You're not gonna want to miss it.
What's this about?
All right, boys, rolling.
#1 on the call sheet.
#1 on the call sheet.
Let's be real.
You know, it's like, yo, #1.
Pictures up. Too late to run now.
Oh!
You were #1 on the call sheet for that?
Yeah, I must have been.
If you're #1 on the call sheet, you are the subject and not the object of the narrative.
It's an accomplishment for most actors.
I didn't know how many opportunities I would have to be first. It means we made it.
The actors of now, we don't get here without your Denzels, your Morgans.
Still, I'm not a movie buff. It really comes down to the work. I'm just an actor. I'm no different from you. But when you see me coming, stand back a little bit more.
Where are you at? You're constantly ranking yourself.
There is something wonderful about being able to navigate that and still feel like you aren't giving up who you are.
It was very important to me to learn early in the game how to do everybody's job. Now I have flashbacks. They got me having flashbacks.
Like, damn.
Show people there's more to me than meets your eye.
If I'm being transformed, the audience will be transformed.
Them man call us a minority. I ain't taking nothing minor. I'm major, bro.
The audience is a huge part of our work, and they need to see themselves. I can't even begin to describe what this is like.
This is the moment.
We are storytellers. We put asses in seats.
I thought I was fly. I acted like I was fly and got what I wanted.
Once you get to the top of the mountain, create more mountain.
Are you done?
With what?
Boom, there you go. That was a trailer for #1 on the call sheet, arriving on March 28th on Apple TV. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. Joining me to talk all things #1 on the call sheet are a pair of amazing talents that I'm so honored to talk to right now. I got to tell you, I love this, but I also love your bodies of work, the both of you. So it's such an honor to talk to you both. I have the amazing Shola Lynch, who is the director on the Black Leading Women on #1 on the call sheet, and the amazing Reginald Hudlin, who's director and EP on the Black male side of things on #1 on the call sheet. Thank you both for your time. Again, this was just a very inspiring piece of work. And I'm so thankful we have this because, as you both know, I'm sure, we're living in wild and crazy times where they're taking every semblance of us in everything right now. So I think this is so much more important than ever for you both, for this material and how important it is. And it's #1 on the call sheet, but you're the director, and I'm going to go producer with you, Reggie. What was the #1 thing that you wanted to get across when you climbed on board to doing this project? If I could start with you, Shola.
Oh my goodness. Well, thanks for that robust introduction, and thanks for loving the work. You know, I mean, you don't always hear that, so it's nice. It's nice to hear. The most important thing for me was authenticity. I wanted to talk to the women, hear what they had to say. I didn't want to impose my view because I'm not in the world of Hollywood. The term #1 on the call sheet was new to me, but it's now my number one way to describe life. I am number one on my call sheet, making choices, making decisions, keeping it moving. I think that answered your question. Did I answer your question?
That was perfect, because I think that's a great message. We should all be number one on the call sheet. How about you, Reggie?
For me, what I loved is a deep dive into the winner's mentality, right? Because all these people are winners. But man, how many different paths they took to success, right? I mean, you know, you got Denzel, who's like, I don't really even like movies, right? And then you got Kevin Hart, who's like, wow, every time I think I'm broken through, I haven't. And instead of blaming the world, he goes, what do I do to make myself better, right? So there's so many lessons to be learned. So I don't care who you are, whether you're in entertainment or not, you watch this movie, you will come out with a higher level of game.
Very true. I love that. This is more of a community that I think is also what bleeds out with this project, is getting people to feel comfortable, because I know a lot of us, it's hard to open up. You got people to open up in this, and which makes it just even that much more beautiful. How did you individually open everybody up to talk and give and just share? If I could go back to you, Shola.
Sure. I mean, the interviews are everything to me. And so it was how we designed the set, the lighting. I wanted the women to know we were legit. It was the crew, the environment, all of that. But in terms of the interviews, it's like, I think of it like jazz improvisation. You can't improvise if you don't know what you're talking about. So like the research, the reading, the watching, all of that. And then list of questions, and I sit down, and then you get to stare into Viola's eyes and talk to her and vibe, feel her. Halle Berry, Angela Bassett, I mean, Whoopi Goldberg, and the list goes on. That it was to be present in the moment, to listen to what they were saying, and then follow up, not just read through the questions, right? Because I needed to hear from them. They are the through line, and this is their story. And I hope they feel seen and heard.
Yes, yes, yes. And for you, Reggie, for you.
Well, I mean, fortunately, I know a lot of the folks we talk to, either I've worked with or, you know, we have a good social relationship. But I got to meet some folks that I didn't know. And I think, you know, when people look at my movies, they go, wow, you tell the truth. You're not here to, like, you know, looking for scandal. We're not here to be like, gotcha. You know, we're just like, let's tell our stories and let's uplift and inspire. So we just kicked it like we were at dinner or we're hanging out on the couch. There just happened to be some cameras there. And I'm grateful for the honesty and the authenticity in everyone's answers, because it was very real.
And tremendous job. Thank you both. And I hope people outside of this, beyond just being inspired, will take conversations to all of our people and friends and families in life to learn, you know, and I think they'll build. And it's such an honor and pleasure again. Thank you, Shola. Thank you, Reginald Hudlin. Everybody, number one on the call sheet drops on March 28th on Apple TV+. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. Thank you, guys. You're the best.
Thank you, Tribe Nerds.
I stand on the shoulders of women who work so hard to be seen so that I exist because of them.
I think one of the biggest difference between the OGs and our generation is the level of struggle and fight that they had to go through in order to have the success that they had at that moment.
The generations before me hadn't been honest about certain things. I wouldn't enjoy a certain level of comfort. You know when they say they opened the doors? That stuff is literal.
nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world. Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes,
You know
sir.
I'm one of
Thank
them.
you. Awesome. Kuya P, nerds rule the world. Hello. Yes, they do.
Yes.
Oh,
nerds rule the world.
I got. It's in the title of your show, like nerds rule the world. Like I want more black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, nerds rule.
Love it.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julian.
Yes.
Rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
Absolutely.
And
you're right. Nerds do rule the world.
We're just the best.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Nerds so much.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
It's your boy Kuya P. Nerds rule the world. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
They rule the world all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.
Best backdrop ever.
Thank you. Gotta represent. Gotta represent. Thank you so much. I'm gonna count us in real quick to help me with my edit. All right. Here we go. In a 1, 2, 3.